Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. Strangle your demons and let's go.
Y'all need Jesus!
Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast, where we all want to be comfortable, yet we find ourselves in chaos. I'm your host, Eric Hellberg, and that is why, like Einstein, we don't have any special talents. We're just all passionately curious. Curious about how in the hell did we get here, and where it is that we are going. This is about all issues pertaining to men and those that love those men and all those people around them. So let's put this sucker in drive and let's get it. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah? Huh? It's my son. Oh, I'm supposed to take him to school today. We stayed up late last night building his science project, and now I've overslept. He's waiting on me. He gets me out of bed. Okay, coffee, need coffee, all right. There's some left over from last night's workout. I needed it for energy. I start slurping it down. I feebly grab around and I start brewing a new pot of coffee. All the while he's looking at me. Like, Dad, let's get the you-know-what out of here. We got to go. I'm looking. Where's the Copenhagen? Jeez, I got to get woken up fast. Crap. Roxanne said I needed to stop that stuff, but if I'm going to be vigilant, I need that stuff. I feel it coming up inside of me. That tiger I've lived with my whole life. That rage, that feeling. Push that sucker down. My son needs me. Then I start thinking, man, this is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful sunny fall day. Season's a little bit different in Texas. There's dew on the ground and I'm 6 years old. It's a football game. For some reason my mom didn't come, but my dad did. Maybe they'd had a fight. I don't know. That was pretty common. But needless to say, I'm playing defense. I'm playing linebacker. They throw the ball. I intercept it. Caught it. Okay, right here on my left shoulder, and I take off running. I've got the whole left side of the field open. I'm running like a scalded ape. I think I'm going to score a touchdown. I'm getting closer and closer to the end zone, and man, this dude must have dove, like hit me right at my Achilles tendon, my heel. Boom, I go down. Feet away from the end zone. Come running off the field. Back then, the parents were allowed to get there on the sidelines. It seemed like more congenial times. And, that was expected of me. I was the biggest guy on the team at 6 years old, 60 pounds. There's 120-pound and more monsters now at 6 years old. I look at my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, you see that? He just looks at me, says, Eric, why didn't you score? And he turns and starts walking away. I'm like, but Dad, that was... He's so far now that if I was going to call out to him, I'd really have to yell, and there's people all around. So I didn't yell. I pushed it down. But it's hard to push down a tiger. It's hard to push down a tiger that's on a chain. He's in a cage. And he wants to jump out and maul whoever that is outside of the cage that's poking at him or looking at him. I've been pushing this stuff down my whole life. And all of a sudden you go from where your morning should have been feeling like Elton John singing Nikita to Mariano Rivera is about to come running into Yankee Stadium with Metallica's Enter the Sandman. It's building and building and building. And what do you do with it? We all have it. I'd say predominantly most men have it. We need it. It's a tough, gritty world, but how do we manage it? And then I'm thinking about my dad. And I'm sure a lot of young men, grown men, are all thinking about their dads. Are dads like religion, whereby no religion is better than bad religion? Is not having a dad better than having a bad dad? Boom! Synapses are firing. I'm somewhat awake. 2 gerbils are spinning on the wheel in my head. Trying to calm down, trying to get it woken. But I feel like Bill Bixby's shirt is ripping and I'm becoming the Hulk right there. I'm thinking, do I tell my son, dude, you don't get yourself ready first if I'm the one who has to take you to school. Get me up, then go take care of your business. But I hold it back. What am I going to do? Emasculate him this morning? He knows, just like I knew, I can't tell my dad anything because in some ways, he's afraid of his dad. Hell, I wanted to put that in him. Did it come from mine? I was certainly afraid of him. Dude was a bona fide gangster. I realized he was a drug dealer. I mean, it was after my mom and I had come home one time and there was a pile of cocaine on the kitchen table, and that's what led to the separation. And he was a sports bookie. But man, he was my hero and he was a badass dude. School night, no one was there. We'd go to Houston Aeros hockey's games. I'd watch Nolan Ryan pitch in the Astrodome. But I'd have the run of the stadium. All the while I'd run back and forth, see what my dad was doing. He'd be getting money from different guys. Drinking copious amounts of beer. When the pages would turn at the drop of a hat, he'd be beating the hell out of people. It was scary and it was electrifying. I wanted to be tough like my dad. But did I have his sinister bent? He just didn't care, man. And I think even back then, and I think he knew too, that his end would be soon. That still stays with me. And I have a son. And I have a daughter. And because I did not have a dad, he ended up dying. Tragic accident right before I turned 8 years old. I wanted my kids to have a dad. I wanted to do everything for them. I wanted them to know they didn't have to worry about a thing, that they were loved. You know what, though? I overdid it. Trying to correct that with my son, I certainly did it with my daughter. That's where independence, responsibility is all fermented. And we have a hand in that. But maybe I just wasn't healed enough at that time to recognize it, to change the comfortable pattern, because to do it different would have put me in chaos. Who wants to be in chaos? All we want is peace. But yet this world is running amok and peace seems so elusive. Is there a strategy that we can employ? Is there a tactic we can use? I went back into the old toolbox. We still have to get to school. Calm down. The hormones have all kind of encapsulated and have drip, drip, drip. Okay, I've got a hold of my faculties. Jump in the car. Let's go. Let's talk to my son and have a meaningful conversation on the way to school today. Talk about the school dance this evening and what is yet to come. But this is all in my head, and I feel it throughout my body. There's so much to explore here. So much at 53 years of age I've yet to tap into. And my guess is I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone because I have heard men as I have sat there and evaluated these men. Sometimes in periods and places under great duress, My life depended on my ability to ascertain what in God's green earth is truly going on with these men. But you know what? This is a great place to start. And these are the things that we're going to continue forward with. So if you like this message, subscribe to the Eric Hellberg podcast. We are just getting going. So I will bid you bon voyage, my burgeoning flock. Let's take this journey together and let's become something better. Have a great day.
Until next time, like and subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast.